Welcome to today's video as of recording of this Saturday, May the 10th, 2025. Thought we'd do something a little different. Trying to keep things a little, I don't know, not upbeat. I think we're for the most part trying to be upbeat daily. But just doing something different, doing something fun, exciting. Thought, let's do an update tour. There's things that I have purchased in the last, let's call it a year or under a year, that I haven't really showcased as far as a tour, kind of upcoming plans. And I am kind of excited that something will be leaving. Not selling anything, but something will be leaving from where it is, moved into a new spot. And you know, this is pre all of that, like pre-theming, pre-moving around cabs. So kind of getting a final look. And I'm hoping to have all this accomplished by the end of this year, by the end of 2025. I think the newest purchase, like, it's pretty sad when I can't remember what the newest purchase is. I think it's the Ms. Pac-Man Deluxe. This was the Walmart deal where people were getting it as low as $250. Was it $250? I paid just around $299 for mine. I was around the $300 range, but I got the deluxe. I ordered the classic, the peasant, got the deluxe, but some people actually got it for a cheaper price. But my newest cab is the Ms. Pac-Man. The Alpha Evercade. It was one of the newer purchases. Even though it's a countercade, it gets into that whole realm of this was new in in under the last year. Nights of the Round. I actually was gonna play through this, was gonna do a video on this to see how this compared to now being able to play it on the not the N64, the Nintendo Switch, but also on the arcade 1-up. If I had another set of controllers, I could actually get 2 more people to join. So a better version on here than its counterpart, the arcade 1-up. Look at all 3 characters. Shack Jam, a cabinet that we searched and searched for years. A story that just kept going, and finally getting this. This is actually, I got this right before Ms. Pac-Man, but this was something that, yes, we finally completed it. We'll start the tour in our actual arcade, the room that started it all, and kind of my plans for that room on theming and additional mods. But for the most part, I think the cabinets in a whole, and I just want to say that every cabinet you're going to look at, everything that we have is not going anywhere. I'm not going to get rid of anything. No matter what comes out, I have a plan to be able to hold these when something new does in fact come out. Well, since we're in here, we'll just start with what I like to refer to as, it was an office at one point. Now I call it the studio, maybe an overflow room. But for the most part, this back area right here, this was a very crucial point, because when I do videos in here, when I do intros, when I'm on live streams, having this in the background I thought would be a really cool look. That's why the pictures go up so high. I have saved some room, some spots for additional pictures. We tend to go to Hobby Lobby a lot, and that's why it's hard for me, to put things off sometimes, because if I fill these, I won't have anywhere to put stuff. So I do have some gaps and additional areas to go up higher. But yeah, for the most part, this was mostly for visuals on doing videos in here. So I thought this would be a great look. We played the ACK games a ton. We get pinball packs weekly, bi-weekly, and every time we check out a game, this doesn't get played much at all. And I guess if something did come out, I would sell it. I would get rid of it and open up a spot for another cabinet. But for right now, just because of nostalgia purposes, Marvel, it's keeping around. I just did a review a year ago, like around this time, and I was debating today if I do a follow-up, like a year later, on Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder Arcade 1-up. One of the best cabinets we got from Arcade 1-up, and there's something that I recently learned that I didn't know then that I know now. So look for an update on Golden Axe. Turtles, one of my favorite 4-player cabinets. This is actually the second one that I got. I sold my first for some odd reason, located another one, and here it sits next to Golden Axe. Now when I say next door is the arcade, I'm not lying, it is directly the room right next door. And I'm gonna close the door because sometimes my furry friend likes to come in here and jump all over everything, but just for right now, I'm gonna kind of close everything off. The Simpsons, Street Fighter 2 Deluxe, and Big Blue, very tight corner. There's times that we do live streams, we play The Simpsons. And when I do that, I actually have to open up this closet. And it will give me some more room to step in here and to play, because I mean, it's a very tight spot. I did get this tin sign with my KI Pro, but the walls for the most part are pretty grim, they're pretty bare, and there is some theming that I'm gonna wanna do in here, and that's part of the reason why, if you caught the last video of the X-Men sign at Hobby Lobby, it's definitely gonna go in this room. I have stated in the past that I have the NES X-Men, so just kind of going off of that. I just haven't put up a lot of pictures in here. There's not a lot of different movement as far as cabs in this room, but none of them are going anywhere, but it leaves room for, you know, additional mods that I can do. I forgot to turn that light on. Actually forgot to turn the T2 light on too. So okay, going back in time here, now Dragon Slayer light is on, and this is a 1 in a million because technically the sword is supposed to be pointed the opposite direction. So I held on to it because it's 1 in a million. So most signs you get actually be facing the other way. So I just thought, you know what, let's rock it and live with it. Tonight we're actually doing a live stream on X-Men. So when I do X-Men, this is the spot. I put the camera where the stool is. I play on player 1, and I usually have the chat. I have another camera over here, another screen that I can go off of and keep up with the chat. But there were times when I would do Simpsons and X-Men the same night. So the Simpsons is right here, so I would have to go around, come around this side and play both. So yeah, tonight we're just gonna do X-Men. My first deluxe cabinet was the Mortal Kombat 2. Got it from Best Buy. There we are. Time Crisis, a cabinet that maybe in time I'll put in a bigger monitor. We'll see. I love this cabinet. I'm glad I got it. I overpaid for it. It did drop. Here's a Double Dragon. This might be the only way I'll ever be able to play Double Dragon on one of these arcades. So that's why the iArcade is pretty much a keeper. The MVSX is a keeper in terms of, you know, if you sold your N64 or your Sega Genesis from when you were a kid, the people that did it, that held on to it, say, I still have my original. That's what I want to say about these someday. Next to the KI Pro, the best XL cabinet that, well, one of them, Arcade1Up has produced. My next mod will be actually on this cabinet on the Fast and Furious. I have the PC build from Buy Stuff Arcades, and I'll be able to play a heck of a lot more games than, gosh, I want to say like the 204 racers that are already on here. It's gonna be awesome. I have the retro shooter hooked up to my T2, and on Star Wars, I have the racing box connected, the 19-inch monitor, and the gas and brake pedals. Pac-Man's a really good XL. Like I don't know if Pac-Man gets the credit because it's sold out so quick, but is in terms of, you know, looking like a real arcade cabinet, Pac-Man pretty much solidifies that. You know, and it fits next to other cabinets. It's big, but it's not too big. Like look at Time Crisis compared to Pac-Man. I received Galaga from Arcade1Up for doing a review, and I know others helped me be able to get this. There were some friends in the community that I think pushed Arcade1Up to send me this cabinet. I had a choice between a couple, and I went with Galaga, and for that reason, I will never get rid of this cabinet. It's just, you know, it's a special thing. You know, it's just like I got into this whole hobby because of this guy right here, and all of a sudden, someday down the road, I received this for review purposes. But for the most part, as far as what's gonna happen here, besides a few updates, mods, the theming. So look for some changes in this room. At the end of the video, we'll have a grand count on how many I have. I wanna say I have 27. We'll come back in here And we'll finish things up in this room at the end of the video, but there's more to see. Okay, we did talk about the Alpha Evercade. We still have Knights of the Round Rock in it. Back room, we have Golden Tee, my first XL cabinet, a cabinet that I pre-ordered, and it seemed like others got the cabinet before me. This was I don't even know if I was doing videos. Actually, my first YouTube video was, I think I was playing the bowling game. I was playing some bowling. I don't know if it was my 300 game, but one of my first was actually the Golden Tee, and then of course Shack Jam. Finally getting this. Have not done anything to this cabinet yet. The whole high of having it, it's something that when I come in here and Loki's kind of hanging out, I sit back and I go, I finally have it. I finally have Shack Jam. Now down in Lucky's gym, now this is where I wanted to make some changes. Sometimes I hang my clothes on, and I wasn't gonna show off the gym, so this is just kind of bonus footage. Sometimes, the shirts that pretty much the shirts that I wear when I do videos, I don't put them in the dryer. I hang them so they don't shrink, and I use this pull-up stand. I do actually use the pull-up stand, but it's a great way to hang clothes. I kind of had a thought that, how do I get more equipment down in Lucky's gym? It's pretty maxed out down here. Again, this wasn't gonna show up. I wasn't really gonna show the gym, but because I came down here, I thought about revamping some things. I will take my punching bag and move it up because the real estate, I could fit another machine, but where am I gonna put it? The whole base is filled with sand. This is probably like 300 pounds. I'll never be able to move it out of here. So instead of getting rid of it, I was gonna move these 3 arcades out. Something that I thought in the past, I wanted them down here. I thought it'd be a good backdrop. I want another piece of equipment, so the punching bag will go over here. Another piece of equipment will come. So in the coming months, these will have a new home. Another reason why I wanna move these is the litter box is right in this other room, so they get very dusty, and I'm afraid that, and when I mean dusty, I mean they get really dusty. I don't want to wreck these. I mean, they are kind of protected with, they're closed off, but still, eventually, stuff will work its way in there. So, pretty soon, actually, these will all get moved out of here. It was cool while it lasted, but I'm not getting rid of them. They're just going to be placed in a new room, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to let you in on something that usually, if I'm going to do a video at home, and I'm going to, let's say this room right here, turn everything on, and then I would power everything off and go next door, in the other room. Everything in this house right now is on because we have a bonus scene. I'm gonna get a count. I'm gonna guess, and this is including countercades, I have 27 total. We'll see what that is. In the coming months, I will be doing updates, some new theming in the arcade, a new shuffle from Lucky's Gym, the 3, the NBA Jam Deluxe, the NFL Blitz, and the Golden Tee Midway XL from Costco will be in a new spot. I'll show all that off before the end of the year, but I want to kind of give everybody an update on what's going on, and even if something does come out, I'll still be able to bring it in here without getting rid of something. At least one thing. I want to thank everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Usually I'll do like arcade tours, before the year end, but this is like an update, kind of a theme that's changing, so that's kind of why we did it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 right here. I mean, think about that. Did I count that right? 3, 6, 7. 9 in this room total. 10, 11, 12, and then the 3 behind here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 upstairs. My original plan, once I got KI Pro, once I put the 19-inch in both Fast and Furious and T2, was gonna be like the XL wall, because of the iArcade. But I wasn't ready to get rid of the MVSX. So, I mean, depending on what comes out in time, I wish that Lethal Enforcers was plain. What's going on here? Because I didn't really know it was going to be. There we go. See, I had Lethal Enforcers on, and I think I got to pick a stage. Oh, here we go. Oh, did I turn the crosshairs off? I'm shooting left-handed. Nonetheless, there are 24 up here. Isn't that crazy? I'm better at this than that. I'm not ready yet. I do leave the crosshair on. It just makes it a little bit more fun for me. Yeah, this is great having Lethal Enforcers on this cabinet. $25. You know what? We have 2 more rooms. I thought I had 27. Oh, honestly, I have more than 27. That is crazy. 26, 27. There's 3 more. There's 3 more downstairs. I thought this would be 27 total. 28, 29, 30. 30 cabinets. And I know 3 of them are, I'm trying to think, is there like a hidden countercade I have somewhere? I think 3 of them are countercades. I never turned the light on for you. Okay, here we go. That looks better. 3 of them are countercades, but I'm still counting it. Because technically, I mean, they're still these. They're just smaller because, I mean, this is bigger than that. And we're cutting these as 2. So nonetheless, 30 home arcade, however way you want to say it, cabinets, pinball. That is awesome. Yeah, next time, actually, I didn't turn these on either. Next time, these will be somewhere else. I'm gonna miss having it. It's just, it's a good spot. It's just under the circumstances with the litter box and just wanting to put in more equipment down here. You know, things have to get shuffled, but at least I won't get rid of any of them. They'll still be here. All sports themes. It was a good spot while it lasted. I'm gonna keep my certificate, and I'll probably put my Ms. Pac-Man and my Galaga down here too, just to keep them all on the wall. I didn't want to put them on any of the cabinets, so yeah, kind of a little update tour, things to come. We'll see you tomorrow.